So at this point, we've actually acquired some plugins for our browsers, and I want to walk through using those different plugins here. So I'm going to bring up a web page first, and we'll just take a look at how you could go about using the tool tamper data and just some basics. So I am in Firefox, which is where tamper data works best, although you can get versions of it for some of the other browsers. This is really where it works the best. So I've got tamper data, and I go to Tools, Tamper Data, and we bring up a window here, and I've got a little button that says Start Tamper, and so I'm going to do a Start Tamper. And what Start Tamper does is it's going to start intercepting requests that go in and out of the browser. So for example, if I click here to play this Guess Num game, it's going to ask me if I want to tamper with this request. So if I click tamper, it gives me the headers, and in this case there's no parameters because we're not actually doing any form information. So I've got this set of headers, and with this, I can actually manipulate the headers after they've been generated by the browser, but before they actually go to the server itself. So I could change the user agent, for example. I could actually remove the referrer altogether. So let me do that and send it on its way. And so now we get back to a different page here. And just to show you a little something extra here, let me click on play after I've put in my name. So again, we're going to get asked if we want to tamper with the request, and I'm going to say yes. And again, I get the set of header names here. Now, one thing that we didn't see on the page is this other parameter, and the parameter is called admin, and you can see that it's actually set to N. So what I could do here before sending it on to the server, but after the browser itself has processed it, is make a change to that particular parameter. So I can change that parameter there and click OK, and we're going to send it off to the server, and we're going to get the image back, and now it brings us into the Guess Num game. But you can see with tamper data, I can actually do a lot of manipulation of the different parameters and header fields that are in each web request. On top of that, I get the ability to look at the requests after they've gone through. So if I'm doing some checking on a web page, for example, and I discover something's happened, but I need to go back through the history, all I've got to do is find the particular request, either using a filter or just clicking through. For example, here I've got a half dozen requests, so it's pretty easy to just click through all of them and see what each one was. And you can see the method right here is a get, and we've got the URL over here. If we pop this open a little bit, make the window larger, I can actually see what the URL is. So I've got the URL there, and again, we've got the headers down here. And what I've got here is something that you would deal with tamper data, is that the browser's actually doing a lot of stuff underneath the hood. So it's checking for updates, it's doing safe browsing things, and a bunch of other stuff. So you'll see those from time to time when you're actually using tamper data and you've got tamper turned on. Right now I'm going to stop the tamper. But you can see I've got all of the requests, and I can see exactly what was done here. So I've got the headers for the request, and then I've got the response headers over here as well, so we can see what we got back from the server. So that's how you would use tamper data, and we'll look at actually doing some useful and interesting things with tamper data coming up.